Alright YouTube, so QuakeCon 2018 is just around the corner. At this point it's like 5 days away. Thursday, August 9th to Sunday, August 12th. It's essentially Bethesda's own E3. It's their own gaming convention where they can talk about everything Bethesda related, any of their games at all. A quick rundown of what's going to be at QuakeCon 2018, at least video game wise, is they're going to give us gameplay for Doom Eternal. And apparently they're supposed to explain why it's actually called Doom Eternal instead of just being like Doom 2 or something. There's also planned updates for Quake Champions, Rage 2, Elder Scrolls Online, Elder Scrolls Legends, and Prey. But this channel specifically, we are looking out for the Fallout 76 event, which will take place on the 11th, next Saturday, so that's actually exactly a week from today. I really like QuakeCon because it gives Bethesda a chance to showcase all of their games, which they do at E3 as well, but of course there's other publishers and developers there. E3 is like a week long, so this lets them showcase a little bit, a couple months later, their games specifically for one whole event, and it shines a lot of light on some of the other games that they're doing, because no matter how popular or how good some other games that they make are, everything's always going to be in like the shadow of Elder Scrolls and Fallout. And while Fallout 76 is also at this event, there's still so many other games that are going to be talked about that it's not going to be the main focus. For a lot of people, it probably will be, myself included, but that's not the focus of the event. So Fallout 76, QuakeCon 2018, what do we know is going to be there? We know that Todd Howard is going to be hosting the event along with other people from Bethesda, which is always good. Todd Howard's usually the best at this. He's very good at talking to the crowd. The description for the Fallout 76 panel says that Todd Howard and others from Bethesda Game Studios will take fans through a deeper dive into character systems and perks coming in Fallout 76, followed by a Q&A with the team to address fans' most pressing questions. So the one I'm particularly interested in is the perk system. I hope that they're going to explain everything about that because it's very new. They changed up the perk system with 4, and here we are, Fallout 76. They're changing the perk system again to these perk cards that we can like give to each other, trade with each other. We can share it amongst our squad where everybody's getting the effects. There's a lot of new stuff to the perk system. And I, along with a lot of other people, obviously have a lot of questions about the perk system. It's been a while. We haven't had a lot of information. By the time this event rolls around, it'll actually have been 2 months since the E3 press conference. So, we've been waiting for a while, it seems like. Some of the questions I have are, can we give perk cards to each other, trade them? Is every perk card shareable? If not, which ones? And how do they determine which ones should be shareable? One of the questions I had in one of my perk-related videos is, okay, you have to put a point into a special stat, and then once you do that, you get access to one of 3 perk cards you got to pick from. And of course, some perk cards have different ranks. So do I have to put a point again into that special stat to access the second rank of that perk? Or like say I have a perception-based perk, can I put one of my points into strength, but then go back to like perception and choose the second rank of that perk card? That's something I'm curious about. I'd also love to know, which I'm sure they might, I'm guessing they might touch on, I guess I don't know, how many perks can we have active at one time? Because we know there's some sort of limit. And along with that, I'm curious if there is a character level limit. Like, do we stop at level 50-something or 60-something? We've seen people up in the 50s so far in gameplay. To me, the active number of perks that we can have is very, very important to me. If it's a low number like 10 or something, I'm kind of going to be worried and a little upset about that. I'm hoping for somewhere around at least 20. That's usually what we can have. Like in the older Fallout games, like Fallout 3, your level limit was 20 without the DLCs, so 20 perks. The base game of New Vegas without the DLC, you stopped at level 30, but you only got a perk every other level, so 15. But with the DLC, you get level up to 50, so you end up getting like 25. But we're also supposed to be able to switch our perk cards on the fly between ones that we already have unlocked and ones we have currently active, so it might be a low number for that reason, I don't know. Now on to the character systems, which is plural, so this should stand for multiple things. Now the speculation would be like character customization. I'd put like weapons and armor potentially under character systems. We do know that weapons and potentially armor have a level requirement for some of them, so maybe they'll talk about that a little bit. Character systems could also be like interactions between players, so like the emote wheel, like what do all the emotes do? Maybe like how squadding up works, how you invite somebody to your squad, how PvP will work, multiplayer, things like that. Like, there's a lot of things that could fall under the umbrella of character systems, so I'm not entirely sure what this is going to be. It could also be settlement-based stuff. We know we can be in each other's settlements, and we've seen like people like interacting, playing with like music instruments and stuff like that. Maybe we can build within each other's settlements if we're squatted up or something like that. And hopefully they could tell us more about this bounty and wanted system with like aggressive players, how that's going to work out or whatever. But what's worth paying attention to is the Q&A. That's where we're going to get a lot of information, I think, depending on how long the Q&A is going to go and how many questions they are wanting and willing to answer. The thing is, if you go to QuakeCon.org and look at the actual post about this, which I'll have linked below, there's nothing else scheduled like for QuakeCon 2018 on August 11th, on Saturday, when this event's taking place. It starts at 11 a.m. CT, but there's no like end date that it shows, so like they might just go as long as they want to, answer as many questions as they can, and maybe they'll even get some questions potentially from the crowd or something like that. But they're going to choose questions from online, so hopefully they choose some very important questions that'll tell us a lot about the game. The main thing they need to focus on when it comes to answering questions is anything and everything related to PvP and multiplayer. That's where a lot of people's problems lie with this game. If this was a game where there wasn't PvP, if we could not kill each other, and it was just a shared world where there's 24 to 32 of us, and we're all just running around questing, and we can squad up and fight, you know, big monsters and take on quests together, people would be completely satisfied with this game. But the fact that we're able to kill each other, whether or not you gain something from killing each other, that's where a lot of people are upset. I was planning on speculating what we're going to see at this event for Fallout 76, but I kind of already did that with each thing we broke down that we know is going to be at the event. But with the Q&A, it's kind of up in the air with what they're willing to answer, and with whatever character systems is. Like, I don't know what that means exactly, so I speculate a little bit on what that's going to be. And with the perk system, the same thing. We just know they're going to talk about the perks, so like that could be anything as well. I just hope they finally tell us exactly what we need to know. Like, they've been super vague for the most part over the past 2 months, and I just hope they answer all the questions people have had and been ranting about online. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know your thoughts below as usual. What do you think they're going to talk about for Fallout 76 at this panel on August 11th? And what else are you excited for QuakeCon 2018? A lot of people seem to be excited for Doom Eternal, and I think that's almost the focus of the event. I mean, they're going to talk about Fallout 76, obviously, but I think a lot of people are excited for this new Doom. Anyways, hopefully you guys went on to enjoy the video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, turn on notifications, follow me on Twitter at @TheDashingDavid. Links to my social networks are in the description and in the outro. Later, guys.
Give me a smile, give me forever for a while, give me forever for a while. Quit acting like a baby.